Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 7 of this NHL 25 Nashville Predators franchise mode here on my channel. Today we are getting into the 2027 NHL Entry Draft. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure to go down below, drop a like, subscribe, hit notifications, and let's get into it. So guys, in the last episode, if you missed it, firstly, I recommend you go back and check it out. I'll leave that in the top corner right up here. But we ended up winning the Landon Dupont sweepstakes. So I left you guys with the questions of 1. What should our moves be at the draft? Make lots of moves to get better prospects early on, or hold off and try to find some steals with our limited scouting. 2. Who should Nashville's next captain be now that Josi is retired? And 3. Who becomes the face of the franchise in your eyes? Is it Dupont, Belchetz, Matt Schaefer, somebody else? Let me know to get featured. So first off, Rixie Tanguay said, I think Dupont is the future, and I think you should try to trade up between picks 4 and 7. You really need a center and maybe a left wing, so a guy like Alexis Joseph or Jacobson or Batal look good. You don't necessarily need defense because you have so many prospects with Dupont and Schaefer. So great comment there from Rixie. Brady and Cream said, 1, you should make lots of trades at the draft to get better prospects early. I love when you make crazy, unrealistic trades, so that's awesome. He said, number 2, the next captain should be Matty Schaefer. I just feel like he would be a sick captain, and yeah, he was our first top-end pick out of this rebuild here. And then 3, he said, I think Dupont is the face of the franchise. He's literally the franchise defenseman, so that makes sense to me. That is where my brain was going, and, Braden and I usually are kind of on that same wavelength of thinking. Vincent Huard-Peltier said, I love the way the team is taking form. Great job. So thank you, Vincent. And then he said, 1, I would run to the podium to select Dupont and then try my best to trade for Joseph. A 6'5" power forward center is too valuable, and the kid is a beast in the gym while also being very humble. He said, I know him in real life, so that's awesome, Vincent. And then 2, he said, Dupont for sure next season. In my opinion, he's too good. So that's number 2 would be for naming him captain. So that's interesting. Racat9333 said, let's move up the pick for an elite center in picks 4 to 7. He said, for captain, I would go either Phil or Dupont, or he would go for Phil, so Filip Forsberg. And he said, Dupont's the guy, he's the future. And he said, where's the assistant GM? Also, assistant GM being one of the cats. They didn't actually really make it into the last episode. They were just napping the whole day. So Buffy Bondi said, I think because Fox and Misa had better plus minus than Makar and McKenna is the reason they got the awards, because the game likes plus minus. So yeah, absolutely, that was the reason. And I think that was it for comments. So yeah, for the most part, the trend was go for, an Alexis Joseph is how you say his name. So yeah, we don't necessarily need a power forward, but he looks super skilled. I am also really interested in Jackson Jacobson too, because again, we just don't really have playmakers in this top end yet. So being able to get a gem playmaker, yeah, he would be a top 5 pick, but that could be an option. Besides that, I did want to point out there's 3 guys in here that I want to point out to you guys. So first off, Jorgen Karlsson looks like a beast. I know we don't need defense, but that's a potential option. This Demetrius Riley guy also looks super good. And then there's also this Kenny Pearson guy too that, he might only be a top 4, but these 2 for sure could potentially be really good pickups. Lafreniere also is NHL ready, but we'll probably not go for him. Who else? There's this Alvin Stone guy, 2-year ETA, but then there was also this guy too, Kalle Lundberg, another 2-year ETA that might fall right in our kind of pick range there. So yeah, I don't think we're going to go for any of those guys. Let's see. Could maybe go for a Tallberger or maybe an Anthony Hutton, maybe one of those guys. I don't think we're going to end up having a pick for McQuaid, and he is just super small for a center. We want to have some bigger bodied centers for sure. McGrath could be really good, but we'll have to wait and see. And then I think there was only one or two other guys. Yeah, Rasu. Kyle Rasu looks really good. And he is right-handed, even though he does say left-handed defenseman. If he's a 6'2 enforcer, great. That could be a really solid pick for us, so keep an eye on him too. We'll probably try to get a pick that kind of fits with that. But without further ado, let's get to the draft, because this draft is going to be crazy. Okay, so we're going to go to edit the trade block. Looks like we don't have a ton of picks. Wow, that just froze solid there for a second, so hopefully that doesn't continue. But next captain probably is going to be Filip Forsberg, just because, you know, he's 32, he's got the age and experience, and we're probably not going to be able to move him here in the next couple of seasons. So for the next 4 years, yeah, that would be great. I like where our team's at. We're in a really great spot. So anyways, let's get to this. And first things first, even though we are going to run to the podium to select Dupont, no doubt about that, we're going to try some little Nashville trickery here. So we're going to put 8 minutes on the clock. Ooh, okay, so picks 5 and 6 are it. 5, 6, and 7 are up for trade. And then, okay, 13 through 15 is also up for trade. So there's definitely trades to be made here. And we have pick 31. Okay, actually, hold on. Where do the rest of our picks land? That is something I need to figure out right now. Okay, so we got pick 1, 31.90. Okay, so there's no second or third rounders, so we need to probably pick up a couple of those. If we can land some second and third rounders, that would be great. Okay, so first things first, where is Alexis Joseph landing? Pick number 4, probably. So Jacobson's 5. Jacobson's small compared to Joseph, but he's also a gem, so he might actually grow quite a bit faster. And Buffalo's picks up for trade. I don't think Boston's pick is available, but we can try. We can try and see what trade options they even have for pick 4. And it's going to be Bengtson, Marchessault. Oh, you know what? That's not even a bad trade. Or Ruido and Frollo. Yeah, okay. So Bengtson, Marchessault, and Matthew Joseph, that's actually a sick deal. And that would get us Alexis Joseph. So, if we go with that, we are still passing on getting a playmaker that fits. Okay, so let me just hold off on that for a second, because I think Jacobson is a better fit for what this team needs. We don't have any playmakers up front. We already have a power forward. Well, we have quite a few power forwards in this team, because we've got Belchetz, we've got Bjorck can play the right wing, so that is kind of helpful, but not really when we already have like Ruido and Kamel that are going to be top 6 forwards, and probably Matthew Wood as well. So, and eventually, God, our team is so loaded on the right wing, it's actually stupid. Anyways, as much as I would love to go for Alexis Joseph, I don't know if he's quite the right fit. But then again, if you have a 2 power forward and a sniper line of Joseph, Belchetz, and what's his name? Ruido, that's such a crazy good line still. Boston's getting a high elite goalie that's going to help them for the future. They're getting Marchessault, who's going to help them now. And yeah, that's not a bad trade. What is Buffalo looking for that 5th overall pick, though? That is what I want to know, because if their asking price is unreasonable on that, Angelis to Bjorck, Riedel straight up, Bjorck and Kamel, Schaefer, Belchetz. Okay, Boston it is. Now, the only thing that sucks here is I'm kind of torn on who we're gonna pick, because like I know you guys all want Alexis Joseph for the most part. He's the bigger, more powerful, like Quinton Byfield-esque kind of build player. Yeah, we'll select him. We'll go with that for the 4th overall pick, which is crazy, but then not that it's crazy. It's going to be a crazy good pick. And Boston's getting a lot in return. So, yeah, let's send that. That's a great option. Boom. Done. Okay. So, we've done that trade, but I do also want to look in this probably 13-14 range. So let's go try to make an offer to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Where'd they go? Columbus, there we go. Just spamming away a little too quick. Okay, I want pick 13 and 84. Let's see if we can do those. And then I want to trade away like all of these late round picks. I don't want those 3 picks at least. Those are all just, I just don't see anybody really matching up well there. And then, let's see. Okay, so we're going to have a probably offensive, maybe 2-way defenseman on the right side with Dupont. So we're going to have Dupont, Schaefer as our first pair. Probably Kazevnikov and then whoever is our second pair. Kazevnikov and, well, it's probably Cohen and Molendyk right now as our second pair, or maybe Cohen and Manning and then Kazevnikov. But then you have 2 offensive defensemen with Molendyk and so I'm thinking maybe, okay, so my idea and thinking with this, okay, I'm going to call one more time out because we are trying to pull this off, but my thinking is that with pick 13, we'll probably select Karlsson, because Jorgen Karlsson looks sick, and I think he's going to be elite, honestly, based on that physicality and overall just like A's across the board. I think he's going to be awesome. Probably a defensive defenseman too, based on the shutdown ability, heavy slap shot, puck mover, and those abilities. He would slot in so nicely right behind Schaefer. And then if you go those 2, so you go Karlsson and then probably Kazevnikov on the right. If you run those 2, done deal. That's your top 4 set. And then you go Cohen and... See, I would prefer Manning over Molendyk simply for the fact that Manning's going to be the shutdown guy, but he's not really ready yet. So maybe we trade Manning. Maybe Manning's the guy that gets moved in that. So let's try that, see what happens. So we'll go back to Columbus. And yeah, I'm going to offer... I want 13... Oh, not 68. I want 13 and 84. And then we're going to send, these last 3 picks along with... they want Kazevnikov, they want Cohen, they want... they want most of those guys. They want Molendyk, though. That's the problem. I don't want to give up Molendyk. Might be like Cohen grew a little bit, but didn't actually go up in rating, which is frustrating. But then again, Molendyk's 22. These other guys are 19 or 18 and 20. Let's just see if we can offer Manning. I don't think they'll take him, but maybe that's enough to get it to go. And then we're gonna need to. Actually, is Manning signed? No, is he? No, he's not. Okay, so let's try that deal. Does it go? No. Okay. Let's hold on. Let's offer another pick. That's what I'm just I did not offer enough there by any means. So let's try our second in 2029 along with Manning there. And I know we just drafted Manning and he looks like a draft steal and all this stuff, but he didn't have an overly amazing year. He was good. Oh, actually, I'm going to move Molendyk because a 6'3" defensive defenseman is going to be with, that level of readiness. And I think he's just more of a draft steal than Tanner Molendyk is. That, and as well as if we're going to have Schaefer, Dupont, and Kazevnikov as like offensively minded defensemen, you're set on the power play. You don't need more than that. So I think that's where Molendyk kind of gets bumped out. And then they need a piece going back. So who's like... Just not a good player. Oh, that's all defensemen. That's why. Okay, skaters. Let's go Luca Pinelli. Why not? Does that go? Yes, it does. Okay, so bit of a strange deal to send Molendyk away when he's done so good, but I think that's going to help us in the long run. And then we're going to go rip, actually. Let's see how much time we got left. Okay, we got 3.5 minutes left. Let's go, or just under 4 minutes left. Okay, let's go to the Florida Panthers. Panthers have pick 14, right? Yes, they do. Okay. So, let's go to Florida and see if we can rip a deal that gets us... Actually, you know what? Let's try to get 2 first-round picks out of this. I'm going to try something a little extravagant here, but I think it's going to work. So we'll trade pick 31, which might be a mistake, but we'll do that. So we'll go 31 along with... I want to try Brady Skjei. So this is going to be the fun part. So he's got 5 years left. This team's got some time before we're really contending heavily. Let's see if we can... Wow, it is pouring outside. But let's see if we can throw a $2 million off kind of deal. Along with pick 31. Anything else? Let's try this. Let's just see if this goes through. And okay, that's sweet. We just moved Brady Skjei to get the 14th pick. Yeah, we're good. We're gonna be good. That was a sweet deal. So I'm sitting here preaching about how we don't have enough playmakers and stuff like that in our top 6, but if I'm being completely honest, if we end up with a top 6 that has Bjorck, Kamel, Ruido, Belchetz, Joseph, and then we're going to need one more. I think it's going to actually, the other top 6 guy is going to be that Riley, if we get him, but that Riley guy we talked about. So anyways, with the first overall pick in franchise history, the Nashville Predators are proud to select from the Everett Silvertips of the WHL, Landon Dupont. Oh my god, he's 83 rated. Oh, jeez. And number 9 is going to be getting retired for Forsberg, so we'll probably end up giving him number 10. But yeah, he just scored 72 points, 72 games as a defenseman. Oh man. Look out, NHL. Here comes Dupont. Okay, Schvidke goes next. Oh, Schvidke's nice too. He's small, but he's a sick player. And then, okay, Pelosi goes... Rocco Pelosi, goes 3rd. Okay. So yeah, that leaves Alexis Joseph on the board. I don't think we're really going wrong here by taking a player with no weaknesses that's 6'5" at 17. Yeah, we're going with him, no doubt. Okay, so he's 80 rated. That's pretty sweet. Is also going to be so sick. Oh, that's going to be such a cool line. Yeah, nice. Oh my god. Well, GG NHL. I think the Nashville Predators are legit now. So anyways, we'll go over to pick 13. And okay, Scantlebury goes, Cripps goes, Eklund Aspe goes. Oh, he's huge, 6'5", 213. Jeez. What are they feeding the kids these days? Nazar Pravalov actually is sick too. Skrivatsov, also an awesome sniper. Actually, inside-handed sniper too, so that's sick. Eli McCamey's also a really sweet two-way forward. Probatal is... Oh my god, he's loaded on X Factors. Look at that. He's got 5 X Factors as a 6'2" power forward. That's crazy. Jacobson's got a few. He looks sweet. He's so fast. Is Joseph fast? Not really. He's a power forward, so, physicality, senses, defense, he's going to be good, but I find the shooting a little underwhelming right now. He did score 101 points, but what did... Oh, man, Jacobson scored a lot of points, too. Yeah, okay. That's a tight pick for who's going to be a better player there. I honestly don't know. Okay, so we've got the next 2 picks here. And those 2 guys are going to be probably not Nolan Fitzhenry. I think it's going to be Jorgen Karlsson and then Demetrius Riley. Yeah, we just got to go with those guys. They're just going to fit the system a little bit too well for what we still need here. So, yeah, let's go with Karlsson because we made that space available by trading Molendyk. So we'll go with Karlsson. Oh my god, he's 81 rated. He's better than Jacobson right now. That is insane. Wow. Okay, so with the next pick here, pick 14, we're going to go with the guaranteed elite sniper. He is left-handed on the left wing, so it's not ideal, and he is a little small, but we'll still go with it. Demetrius Riley, 80 overall. Oh my, we just picked 4 players that are all 80 overall or higher. We may have just single-handedly won this draft again. We just don't even need to worry. So I guess we'll go over to pick 84 because, like, what else do we need? We just fulfilled all of our team needs in those first 4 picks. Stone was actually pretty sweet. Elvin Stone, that's a nice player. This guy would have been nice. Schaefer, Gordon, Carroll, but that's okay. Anybody else? Starter in 2, that's a nice goalie. Nothing else for the second round. How about the rest of the first rounds? Because we only got up to the mid-first round with our picks. Oh, Pearson was sweet. Left-handed offensive defenseman with some X factors, and he's big, 6'2". Dang. Lots of solid players in here. Lafreniere was only 74 rated in spite of having that NHL ready badge. Okay then. Vasilevsky's actually kind of sick. Bouchard was good. Parkin was good. Oh, hold on. Labriniere, look at this guy. 77 overall. That's a nice offensive defenseman. Oh my god. Okay, so we maybe should have held on to pick number 31 because instead of Roman Ruzicka going, Kalle Lundberg probably would have been a really good pick too. He would have been a steal, but I'm glad Florida got Roman Ruzicka with our pick that we traded away rather than the other one. That was a masterclass. Simple as that. Okay, so we're over at pick 84 now. And with pick 84, we're going with Jürgen Koch, obviously. No, it's going to be this guy, Kyle Rousseau, right-handed left side enforcer defenseman with a bunch of A's and B's, so I think he's actually going to be 2-year ETA. Ooh, that's the wrong guy. Hold on. Let's make sure we get the right guy here. Kyle Rousseau. And he is medium elite. Nice. Oh my god, he's 72 rated. Are you kidding me? Okay, so he can't do anything besides shoot and hit. He can kind of defend, but dang, man. Kyle Rousseau is a steal. So he might slot in. Oh, we might be able to mix and match depending on how his skating develops. If it develops even to like 3.5 stars, Kyle Rousseau could very easily pair with Matt Schaefer on the second pairing, and then we could have Karlsson and Dupont as the top pairing, maybe. That's crazy. Or we trade Rousseau for a better piece somewhere else, but really, what does it matter? We just got 5 top end pieces with our first 5 picks. We're set. We are so set. Wow. The team building is so ridiculously unrealistic, but also so good. Ooh, that was a good player. Marty Murley. That's a great name, too. So, yeah, one other really good player in the third round there. Next up, we're going to go with Yanni Jakola. I know he's 19, but I'm hoping he's a low elite. And, okay, there's our first bad pick of maybe the entire series. Yanni Jakola. 97th overall. You're not always going to get the best pick, but hey, you know what? We went 5 picks in a row without missing a beat. Ooh, Lots was good. Oh, he's 20, though, so that doesn't really matter. Besides that, top 4 in Marchenko. Okay, he's kind of sick. Oh, and this Gavin Calder guy. I don't think we had scouting reports on. Well, maybe we did, but if we did, I missed them. All right, and then for this is our last pick of the draft in the 4th round here. We don't need a goalie. I have to keep telling myself that. We don't need a goalie. We don't need a goalie. How about this guy? Alexis Vasyunov. He looks kind of fun. I know he's like 75 picks off the board, but screw it. Let's go with Alexis Vasyunov. Okay, he's low 6, so that's actually like not terrible. Wow. Oh man, our team is so set. There's just... We're good. We could literally not draft a player for the next 5 years and we would still be contending and be in a good spot. Wow. What a draft. Just simply, what a draft. That's it. That's all we're going for. So we're going to just, you know what? Well, we'll sim round by round here for the next 3 rounds, I guess. So we'll go 5, 6, and then we're going to wait on 7, but, Roosevelt is good. That kind of stinks. Anybody else really good in here that we just missed or didn't? We didn't have a lot of scouting reports, so it's good that we picked early, because, I didn't know this Roosevelt guy was good. Anybody else? Mauricio Madden, we definitely passed him and didn't pick him. We got to 200, so... Yeah, there was quite a few. Zigomanis. Oh, he's 20. Okay, so that's fine. The 20-year-olds at that low a rating don't really matter. So, okay, we'll sim one more round here. And then how did the 6th round go? Top 4 on Holmstrom. Yeah, okay. Nothing crazy there. Chistov was actually kind of decent. Not a lot. Not a lot going on in the back end of this draft, so far at least. So, all right, I'll sim. You know what? We'll do this low sim here. I'll just cut it out, but we'll sim to the second last pick of the draft. Oops. Okay, well, my dumbass accidentally just simmed the whole rest of the draft. So there was a starter with that second last pick of the draft. That's the only thing I saw that actually looked good. So Viveros to Detroit's actually a good pick. But yeah, besides that, we're so set. We are so set. The fact that Kyle Rousseau was a 3rd round pick right in the middle of the 3rd round, 20th pick in the 3rd round, that's crazy. We didn't go with a single 2nd rounder because we didn't need it. And then our 4th and 5th rounders were, well, it was just 2 4th rounders. We're just not good picks, which is fine. That's kind of what I was expecting from this draft. But hey, we are set. What a draft. Okay, so now we have another power forward and a franchise defenseman to go in with this already young and good-looking core here. I think we are going to have to hire a new coach simply just because Brunette's systems just don't really fit with what this team is about to become, which is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It just is going to sting a little that we have to demote Brunette or fire him, but yeah, it's just sometimes the price you pay in a rebuild. And then we've got Kamel, Krona, and a couple other RFAs to re-sign, which is easy enough. Kamel, obviously not happy with the team's performance, so we're going to sign him 1 year. Let's go 2 years, $3 million. Just for now, see if we can really get him performing. Actually, let's go 3.5, just to prove it to him that we're in this with him. We're not trying to get rid of him. Landon Dupont's going to be playing in the NHL this next season, so no doubt that we're signing him. Fedor Svechkov also going to be back with us 2 years, $1.4 million. We're going to sign Jorgen Karlsson to his ELC as well. Probably going to give him, we'll have to decide what number we give him, if it's like 7 or 52 or something like that, because 25 is going to Kamel. That's just simply what's going to happen. And then this Demetrius Riley is playing in Armada, so he scored 103 points, so he's going to be a little sniper there on the left wing. That's going to be fun. Yeah, okay, we'll sign him up too. Why not? And then we're just going to sign all of our new guys, as well as we'll then go sign Ethan Belchetz if he isn't. Okay, he is signed, so that's great. Barron's got 1 more year. Ufko's going to be playing here, so we'll sign him. I'm going to sign Viggo Bjorck right now, too, just because I think it's time for him to get some AHL action. It's time. It's just the rookie movement here in Nashville. We're just sending for all the youngsters to come into the team. Brustowicz actually grew pretty nicely over this last year, so we're absolutely signing him. He's kind of sweet, too, if you look at it. Like, he's an assist guy for sure. I also don't know how Carter Bear isn't like 80 overall now. Like, he just dominated. He was an assist per game with Everett. So bringing in one of Dupont's teammates there too. That's kind of fun, actually. We'll sign Ivanov to... I think we're going to pass on Leclerc. He was a 6th round pick. Actually, you know what? Why not bring him in? He's one of my draft picks, so that's kind of my vainness coming through there, which, you know, so be it. We're going to put Ravensburg in the NHL this upcoming season. Just throw him to the Wolves. Let them, let us see what he can do. And then we'll get Daigle and Cronus signed up here so that we have enough goaltending as well. So that should be good. Our defense is going to be so inexperienced and probably so terrible that it's going to be kind of funny, honestly. So we might need to go sign one kind of pro-level guy. I thought for sure we were going to have Roman Josi with this young group, but that was not in the cards for us. So, all right. So, yeah, we'll have 3, 4 Barons, our 4th best defenseman. That's a little scary. Then we go 5, 6 with Delgaizo and Stastny, or maybe Kazebnikov. Probably Kazebnikov. And then, yeah, Ufko, Cohen. I think we're going to let Jan Ruda walk just because he's 36 and didn't really do all that much last year. He's kind of built a home in Nashville, though, so I guess we'll... Yeah, why not? We got the money. Why not? We'll re-sign him. I think we're going to let Hansel go just because I don't really feel the need to bring him back. We've got more than enough left and right defensemen, so we're just going to release him. I'm sure, yeah, somebody's going to hate it, of course. There's never a move that makes everyone happy. We have 7 contracts available and, like, 1 spot, maybe 2. So at least on the right wing, we're going to clear some space. We're going to let Dewar go. Even though he's actually not been terrible for us in the A. He's been pretty middle of the pack, like 30-ish points this season. Well, in the one season he played. Okay, so we'll let him go. That's fine. This Austin Roast guy, not really turning into much. Yeah, okay, we'll release him to... On the left side... Yeah, okay. Left side's not looking bad. I don't think we ever offered Reed Schaefer a contract. $1 million for the next year. Go for it. Yeah, okay. And then how the centers looking? The centers are so bad. They're so bad. So we will be re-signing Oscar Sundqvist. We have $46 million in cap space. We could go pull another Nashville blunder in free agency if we wanted to. We absolutely could. Not that we're going to, but it's GM Nigel. He's back. The assistant GM is back. Maggie, come here. Come on up. Jump. Come here. Nigel, up. Come on. Come here. Oh, are you coming up or what? Come on. There you go. Okay. We've got GM Nigel here with us now, so Nigel, we just signed Landon Dupont. And a whole bunch of other guys. What do you think? Well, he's purring, so he's got to be pretty happy. Good job. Thumbs up. Yeah? Yeah, okay. He's happy. He's happy. That's all that matters. Assistant GM's happy. That means we're doing our job. Okay. We might need to sign Sundqvist to a massive type of deal. We get Ellington back as the AHL assistant coach. We're going to get a whole bunch of other, scouts re-signing, things like that. Sir, your tail is right in my face. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so we get Kamel to sign. Svechkov rejects. He wants to be on a cup contender. Just give it a year. We get Gabriel Daigle, Carter Bear. Bjorck cannot sign due to roster spots. Same with Leclerc. Same with Ivanov. Okay, so yeah, we are absolutely packed on the system right now. So what we are going to do... Ow, I'm getting claws in my leg now. Nigel, no claws, mister. You gotta put your claws there. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go all players. Okay, so yeah, it looks like, Dupont and a bunch of these other guys re-signed. So that's good. Nigel, your bum is in the camera shot. He just loves, I've got armrests on my chairs, he loves rubbing against the armrests and chewing on them. Maybe it's just the type of material, but yes, he's a very very characteristic little cat. Yeah. Aren't you just happy? So am I. We're gonna have a fun time here in Nashville. Okay, so we have $43 million in cap space, and we've got quite a few guys in the system that probably should maybe not be playing for our team anymore. But that's okay. Luca Pinelli's probably going to be one of those guys. So yeah, we're going to let him go. We're going to let this Goshik guy go. Is he Japanese? No, he's Canadian. Okay. He's huge. 6'4", 195. Jeez. Okay, we are going to let him go, and we're going to let Pinelli go, just to clear up a couple more roster spots. And then we're going to go and get... Well, first things first, we're going to get Svechkov signed for 2 years at $2 million a piece. And then Sundqvist is probably... I don't know if we're going to sign Sundqvist. We're going to have to see what we can do there. But I do want to sign Viggo Bjorck for sure. And then let's just see what the free agent market is looking like currently. Because if there's another center in there somewhere, if it's a Drake Batherson or, we could bring in Kopitar or somebody like that just for a season or two. We have so much money. It's ridiculous. This team is literally all rookies and nothing else. So I think for sure we're going to re-sign Sundqvist for 1 year at the maximum amount of money. I think it's going to be $18 million again, something like that, just to eat into the cap space extensively. But that's the thing, is that even if we spend 18 here, we still have, 26 million left over? 24 million left over to play with. So I think $24 million can probably do us well. But what I'm going to do here is we're going to go Ivanov. I do like Ivanov. I think he has some type of maybe NHL potential in him at some point, so we'll sign him. Hurlburt obviously will have NHL potential at some point too, but yeah. And then I guess we'll let Leclerc walk. Yeah, he's just, he's just not quite good enough, which is okay. Actually, how many defensemen do we have? We have so many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tofko. So Mathieu is already number 6, and we have another 1, 2, 3, almost 4 additional defensemen signed below that. Wow. Okay. Let's go to free agency. We'll make a couple moves here and there. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting offseason here because we are going to be looking to swing at least a couple defensemen out. Just some, not nobodies, but just guys that are further down the lineup, aren't going to cost a whole lot. Guys like probably, Del Gaizo's drafted here, so maybe we'll hold on to him. Gustafson's kind of sick too, actually. I don't know what it is with Nashville, but they always manage to draft good defensemen no matter where. It's crazy to watch. It's just crazy. I think Justin Barron might be out of a job at this point. We'll have to wait and see, but maybe we move. I don't know. It's going to be a right winger probably. Maybe a Gus Nyquist as well, and maybe. Well, yeah, you look at the ratings here. Nyquist, their 6th best right winger. That's crazy. That is just crazy. And they are all just straight up right wingers. There's nothing else going on there. I guess they can all kind of play some type of position. So we'll leave those 2 guys on the block, maybe see if we get some trade offers, but we are going to be looking at free agents here. Ooh, Hischier's a big one. Hischier's not just a big one, but that's a fun one too. He only fits forward line 4, of course. Of course. Tommy Novak. Go bring back an ex-pred. I'm sure that would go over real well. What the hell, guys? You just traded me. Yeah, well, we wanted you back. For what? To trade you again? Yeah, that wouldn't go over so well. We could go get a Denton Matejchuk. We have the picks to do it, probably. Probably not, actually, but... I think we go just load up on a couple, 1 to 2 year deals. So, a Drew Doughty, 1 year... Okay, 2 year, $8 million deal for Doughty. Just to add a right D that can, minute munch and maybe pick up, or not pick up, but help a guy like Dupont develop. Turcotte, is he an RFA? Yeah, he is. Okay, so that doesn't work. What else is there for centers? Eesh, that's not great. Well, we could maybe bring in Nick Waugh for his Stanley Cup pedigree. That could be alright. Yeah, let's do that. Bring him in on a 1 year. We're not doing no trade clause, though. We're doing no clause and, $7 million bucks. So that spends 15 out of 20. We still have 10 million. Oop, that's 10 million. Okay. So we go 8 plus 7, that's 15. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to offer the contract with no clause. I hit Y instead of start, which was my bad. But yeah, we're going to go 7 million. 1 year, 7 million bucks. And then we are going to go make some type of trade just to clear out some roster space. Okay, so we're going to rip this trade. So Nyquist to the Hurricanes for a 3rd and a 7th to clear up 1 roster spot. I'm sure somebody's not going to like that, but that is okay. Okay, so we'll clear up those 2 players that were on the trade block. That's 2 spots to get the guys that we just offered contracts to. So we just picked up 3 7th-round picks and a 3rd for trading away 3 lower-end roster spot players. That works for me. The last thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to the free agent sign-ins, and we're going to drop another $10 million on somebody. I think it's probably going to be like a Lawson Crouse or somebody like that. Let's just rip a 2-year, no clause. Ow, dude! Get your claws out. Now. Claw out. Ouch. Nigel, ouch. This little teddy bear has got razor sharp claws. I'll very typically throw him over to his chair because he loves to just crawl across my lap and claw the crap out of my legs. Okay, well, let's try, 2 years, 10 million. But yeah, let's advance just a couple days here. And Drew Doughty goes to the Hurricanes. Lawson Crouse goes to the Ottawa Senators. And Nicholas Waugh decides to sign with us. Okay, so we get 1 guy out of, 3? That's not amazing, but I did kind of expect that. Maybe we should sign a Marchessault. No, I could see... no, I could not see Jared Spurgeon playing for us. We'll go with a Jalen Chatfield. 1 year, $7 million. Definite overpayment, but we just need somebody to fill those roster spots in, like, pretty much NHL fashion. $13 million to play with. Jesus. Okay, so I probably should have offered Heedle a deal there. So be it that we didn't. So now we'll go with a Marcus Johansson. No. I don't even know. Because I want a center. I guess we'll go with Blake Coleman. Not ideal, but we'll do it. 1 year. We're just gonna offer him a stupid amount of money just to cap fill here again. So we're gonna go $10 million for Coleman. There's no way he doesn't accept that type of money. And yeah, okay, he did not accept it. Wow, okay. Who's getting an overpayment? It's Jason Dickinson. Probably. Yeah, it's definitely Jason Dickinson. 1 year, make your bag off of the Preds because we cannot sign anybody, and this $10 or $11 million of cap space is going to eat our rookie contracts whole. Okay, so we spend a combined $26 million on 3 players just to cap fill for the most part. And now we get to pull the spin wheel up. Spin wheel. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so now we get to the draft class quality and all this fun stuff again. So let's give it a spin here. We're going prospect quality, draft class quality. Let's see what we land on. And it is a medium draft quality. Okay. Does it just spin to the one it started on every time? Is that always how it goes? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to hit high prospect quality, which I'm going to have to double check. Those aren't the exact same stats, which is hilarious. But then we're going to do trade difficulty here too. So low means easy, medium means medium, and high means hard. So we're aiming for a low one here on this one. So we'll see what happens. And it is going to be easy. All right, so we'll rip easy trade difficulty this year. You know what? We'll take it. That's great. All right, so let's pop over to the settings tab here just to confirm. Medium draft class quality and high generated prospect. That's going to be a sick draft coming up. I'm actually quite excited for that. That is going to be fun. Okay. Speaking of which, because you guys probably saw, I do not have autosave on because I don't actually trust autosave as to where it decides to make it save sometimes. We are going to save here, and then we're going to sim to the next season. So I will see you guys at the start of the next season. Yeah, okay, let's go 52 for Carlson. That's going to be fun. Alexis Joseph should be able to wear 19. Yeah, okay. I don't know why he wasn't. We're going to go 72 for Demetrius Riley because he wanted 27, but that's obviously Steven Riedel's number. No chance that Forsberg's not getting the C. And then they gave the other A to Riedel, which I don't entirely agree with. I think we're going to go Matthew Schaefer just because he's so good for now and was such a top pick. And then we got Annunen and Ravensburgen. They're set. They've got the right numbers. Yeah, this team is actually underestimatedly good. Not that they're going to do well, but that's a fun team. That is a really fun team. So let's go take a look at the draft class before we wrap this episode up. Obviously, Maddox Schultz is the number one guy, but Teratukin's going to be good. Who is this guy? Liam Pugh, or Liam, how do you say that? Pugh? I think it's Pugh, but Pugh, that's just me. I know Casey McKenna's, Gavin McKenna's younger brother, obviously, but, yeah, we'll see. A lot of small guys in this draft. Leon Roos is actually decent sized. So is Liam Pugh. Corey Manning's not big. Teratukin's tiny. And then, yeah, Schultz is NHL ready size for sure. Who's the best goalie? Marco Message. Message? Is that how you say it? And Maxime Brodeur. He looks okay. And Caden Schneider's the best D-man. Okay, this will be an interesting draft class. I don't know how good they actually have Maddox Schultz rated on this roster, just because I don't know. I think most of the times I've played with this or a similar roster, I'm not really contending for a pick by the time we get to this draft. So yeah, it's an interesting place to be. Karjalati might be a generated player, which could make him even better. And no scouts on a lot of these guys. Cool. Oh my god. So many guys without scouting reports in the top 10. That's going to be a little rough, but that's okay. So yeah, that is our team. That is the roster. I didn't really show you guys the team, but this is the team. It's underratedly solid. Nobody that's crazy over the top good. I think we're really going to see Steven Riedel blossom this year into something special, but maybe that's just me. There's the defense. We're going to need to change that up because I need either Schaefer and Carlson, or Schaefer and Dupont, or Carlson and Dupont playing top minutes within a season, probably. That would be my bet. But I mean, at least these young guys like the coaches, because a lot of our guys don't like the coaches that we have. So that is the current spot our team's in. Joshua Ravensburgen is a starting goalie. He is probably the best 20 or under goalie in the world. At this current point, I would be willing to bet on that. Best goalies between 17 and 20 are Lascelles, Ravensburgen, Bengtson. So we literally drafted the top three guys in that category, and we've held on to two of the three. Yeah, wow. Don't get me wrong. Frederick Bengtson is going to be great for the Bruins one day. Just not today. 89 rated. He's going to get a contract and a half. So we will start off next episode with, I think, with what I'm going to say is contract extensions, because that's probably the biggest thing we need to do at this point now. And yeah, contract extensions are going to need to happen here pretty quickly because we've got guys like Riedel that's going to need a big contract. By big, I mean he's just going to need a contract. Barron. Actually, well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Ruido's looking at a lot of money or not. Probably not. So we could sign him on a great deal. Evangelista, on the other hand, probably going to be a shorter term deal, like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, 6.5 is reasonable. 9.5 is not. And then Barron. Yeah, we could probably sign him to an 8-year deal. That could be pretty good. All right, so that'll all happen next episode, but make sure you guys respond to the comments down below because I'll leave another pinned comment there to get featured like everybody at the start of the video did. But man, oh man, what a draft it was for us, and I think this is going to be a really, really fun season coming up here with Nashville, but we'll have to wait and see. Because I'm not super set on us landing another top pick in the draft. I think we've kind of built out the majority of our team now at this point. We're going to let Viggo Bjorck cook in the AHL. That is the goal with him rather than throwing him into the show like an Alexis Joseph or somebody like that right now. We're not all giving our guys linear paths. It's kind of all over the place, and I think Bjorck could actually become something really special if he develops properly this year. Okay, well, the AHL's a little bit of a disaster, but we will figure that out here before we actually get moving and simulating ahead. I'll put a Teddy Stiga in there because he should be playing some upper minutes. I'm not going to say top minutes, but something a little bit closer to that. So, yeah, that is the team. That is the episode. If you guys enjoyed, again, go down below, show your support with the like, comment, and subscription. Make sure you respond to my pinned comment to get featured in the next one. And that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Etanyos signing out, and until next time.